Frisco's new strategic plan highlights housing events and potholes as top priorities. Phil Lindeman, Krystal, 93 News. First, 113,000 cars passed through both sides of the Eisenhower Tunnel this weekend, a slight drop from Memorial Day, but still the busiest weekend on I-70 since early April. This week's three-day total is about 6,000 fewer cars than last weekend, for an average of 37,700 cars per day. That's lighter than the June daily average over the past 2 years, but heavier than all years before 2017. Affordable housing, updated events, and boring work like road repair are part of a new strategic plan for Frisco adopted by Town Council last month. Town Manager Nancy Kerry explains.
Plans are really great, list of things to accomplish are great, but you can't do everything. So what's the very highest priority?
That plan outlines 3 goals for affordable housing, looking 1, 3, and 5 years into the future, along with new events or outreach to expand the town's revenue.
Every local government needs to diversify its revenue the best that it can based on its economy, and in a tourist-based resort economy, we have to look for other opportunities on revenues.
Kerry admits municipal goals like roadwork and water system updates aren't exactly sexy, but points to the multi-million-dollar Step Up Main Street project in 2015 as a success story.
This isn't really particularly fun and great to talk about, but our responsibility is what's under the street, what's on the street, what keeps the cars going around.
The strategic plan also highlights sustainability with programs like resident rebates for solar power and a water plant that includes higher water rates. Tune in this Wednesday for our in-depth interview with Kerry, including more on those new water rates and the biggest challenges facing Frisco. This weekend is the annual Millisor Heart Health Walk, a benefit in memory of the Breckenridge Grand Vacations co-founder, and after 4 years, the fundraiser's mission remains the same.
The inspiration is to have this fun, family-friendly event, and the whole point is to raise funds and support heart health programs.
That was Deb Edwards with BGV Gives, Breck Grand's nonprofit arm. The Heart Health Walk has raised $600,000 since 2016, and Edwards hopes to raise $200,000 this year. That money has launched a new partnership with Starting Hearts, an Eagle County nonprofit that gives local students CPR and AED training.
We've been working on a special project assessing our AEDs, where they are, maybe where there are some gaps, and our plan is to fill those gaps when identified.
Registration for the 5K Run, 5K Walk, and 1 Mile Downtown Loop this Saturday is open through Thursday at bgvgives.org. The Summit Historical Society is bringing old school baseball back to the High Country this month with the first ever vintage baseball game. Summit County's ties to baseball run deep, from games at Carter Park in the 1800s to a women's-only team in the early 1900s. And the vintage baseball game on June 29th is played the same way, with goofy pants, stirrups, and no mitts. The Historical Society still needs players for that game, 18 years and older. Cost is $50 to play. Contact mail@summithistorical.org to register. That's MAIL. In sports, the Rockies take the night off before opening a series against the Cubs in Chicago tomorrow. Tonight, the Bruins play the Blues in Game 4 of the Stanley Cup Finals. Puck drop is 6 p.m. Boston is up 2-1. And in local sports, brought to you by American Family Insurance, the Weiss Agency, just shy of 300 runners came to Frisco Saturday for Run the Rockies Road 10K and Half Marathon, where Franklin Riley of Edwards won the overall half marathon title, and Breck's Grace Staberg took the women's half marathon. Frisco's Eric Brecker won the overall 10K. Jamie Falcon of Breck took the women's 10K. Coming up later this week on Wednesday, the Summit Mountain Challenge Bike Series opens for the season at the Frisco Roundup on Frisco Peninsula. Online registration is at mavsports.com. Phil Lindeman, Krystal, 93 News.